Hello, crafty friends. My name is Kimberly Smith, and I'm the Paper Chef. Today, I would like to share information with you about our 24-hour stamp sale. I just sent out a newsletter, and then right after I did, a couple days ago, Stampin' Up! Announced they're having a 24-hour stamp sale. So it was a surprise to me, as it may be to you. So I would like to go over some information about the sale with you, show you stamp sets that I already have that are on sale and ones that I love. And I'm going to tell you what my favorite stamp sets are from the sale. I'm also going to explain to you which stamp sets I think should be on the top of your wish list because of the value that they provide. Okay, so the versatility and the value that those stamp sets can provide for you. Now, everyone has different tastes. So you might not have the same taste as me. And when I get to my favorite stamp set at the end of this video, you're probably going to be a little bit surprised and say, well, maybe that's not my thing. But this stamp sale has something for everyone. So there is something that is your thing. The heart of what we do at Stampin' Up! Is stamps. So this is a really exciting time for me and a really exciting promotion to share with you. I was expecting something like this to happen around Black Friday. You know, that's when we usually have a big flash sale like this. But it is what it is, and we're having it right now. So let's talk about the details of the sale. The details are that everything, and I mean everything, okay? When I say everything, except for host stamp sets, so we don't really mean everything. But all the stamps in this annual catalog by Stampin' Up! Are on sale. So that's a really good thing because if you get a stamp set, many demonstrators, and there are over 55,000 of us worldwide, or around that number, give or take, we will keep on demonstrating these stamp sets until the end of next May. And then some of them will carry over to future catalogs. So you're always going to get to see more samples made with these. So let me just open it up and just kind of grab one page here. Okay? So, do you see what I'm saying? All the stamp sets, just grabbing a page. I'm not here to flip through the catalog. I have the actual stamp sets to show you. Now, the only ones in this catalog, when I say everything, but except for these are called the host-only stamp sets. So you might say, but I want those. I really like the host-only stamp sets. Well, that's okay if your order is $150 or more when you shop at my Stampin' Up! Store. The link is in the description of this video. When you do that, spend $150, you can get 10% Stampin' rewards, and it goes up from there. You can use those rewards to claim them for these host-only stamp sets. So you can still get these. These are a great deal. They're already discounted because you use your rewards to get those. Okay, now I wanted to tell you how I'm personally getting ready for the sale and explain to you how you can find this PDF. All right, so here's what Stampin' Up! Gave me. They gave me a PDF. It is pretty long, and I'm not going to go over this in the camera, real detail, but I just want to show you what I'm doing to get ready. So on this PDF, there are 135 stamp sets. I counted them to make sure. Now, I don't have 135 stamp sets. Well, okay, I do have 135 stamp sets. Probably way more than that, but that's beside the point. I don't have 135 that are from this annual catalog. My name is Kim, and I'm a stamp hoarder, okay? But it makes me happy, and so it is what it is. So what I did is I went through, and I said, well, which stamp sets do I have? Because I tend to buy multiples of the same thing because I don't always keep track of what I had. Years ago, I had a big spreadsheet of all my stamps, and then it got to be too much to keep track of. So what I did is I went through my cabinets, and I looked for stamps that were like this. I said, okay, and when I say like this, I mean mostly with this black type of label because I have hundreds of other stamps that have an older type of label. And I go, okay, well, at least I know which ones are probably most likely to be current. And I pulled them all out, and then I went through this list alphabetically, and I found out that I have already 30 of these stamp sets. So what I did is I highlighted the 30 I have, and I suggest you do the same thing. And I should have about 35, but I gave about 5 of them away. So I need to replace the ones I gave away because I loved them, but I still gave them away because that's kind of how I roll. I like to give prizes and things. some I gave away before I even had a chance to use them. So that was the first step. So you're going to take a highlighter and highlight what you have. Now the way to find this PDF is you're going to go to the description and you see paperchef.stampinup.net. That's my store. That's where you can shop. And if you're in the US, because I'm a US Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you can use my host code and become part of my drawings. I have drawings. I know I have to do the August drawing soon. I give away prizes, but we have September. If you shop by September 15th, there's one host code, and then sign up for my newsletter because there's another host code by September 30th. I do 2 drawings a month for prizes. So use that code. Now, if your order is $150 or more, do not use the host code because you are going to earn 10% Stampin' rewards, as I mentioned previously, to get those host stamp sets. All right, the next thing I did after I went through this whole list is I then went through and did a wish list. And I couldn't remember what a lot of these were. I was like, what is that? What is that? I never heard of that. And I've done walkthroughs and looked at the catalog like 100 times. There were still stamp sets that I never really noticed before. Or I didn't realize they were still carrying or that they were carrying. So I made that and I circled those in red, and including the 5 or so I gave away, and then I need to replace. So then I'm down to, now I have 15 on my wish list. So will I get all 15? Well, it's the jury's out because I have to see some other things. Now, one of the perks of being a demonstrator is we were able to earn some rewards during celebration, some of us, so I have some credit, some product credit. Another thing I take into consideration is there's other sales going on right now. So we have other promotions going on. We have weekly deals. So every week in September, we have, 10, 20, maybe 15, 20% off 10 or a dozen items. It's also overlapping with this sale. So you can take advantage of our weekly deals. Like this week, Season of Chic, some Season of Chic things are on sale. And I didn't know they were going to be on sale. But if you recall my Season of Chic workshop that I just did on YouTube, I had made all these Memories and More cards, using the Memories and More cards, cards and envelope packages. And these are on sale on the weekly deals right now. But only for, well, it's supposedly one more day, but it overlaps a little bit. So like this might overlap with our other sale. So like that's going on. And then we have something called, so these Texture Chic Memories and More cards and envelopes are on sale. Season of Chic is one of the stamp sets that's also on sale, which I'll talk about in a minute. There's all this stuff. So I have to be strategic. I have to be like, okay, I want to take advantage of the weekly deals. There's this little tiny overlap between, because we try to take care of our friends in the South Pacific and Europe, and then Stampin' Up! Gives like sometimes the weekly deals, the weekly deals overlap with the next weekly deals. So I'm going to try to take advantage of those, take advantage of my product credit, and take advantage of rewards. I always try to get my orders up to like $150 if I can, and get my 10% rewards. Then I'm also thinking, okay, there's this Perfect Partners promotion going on. Now, if you don't know about that, when I get to my favorite stamp set, I can mention that too. But there's like special dies that are only out during the month of September. So we have a lot of promotions going on this month. All right, so let me talk, before I talk about the most valuable ones, I'm going to talk about like my little pile of, I'm going to show you my little pile of whimsical things, okay? Because when it comes to stamp sets, whimsical is just more fun. These make me happy. They make other people happy. Some of these whimsical stamp sets have been around for many years. Okay, so let's just kind of talk about them, and possibly, I think I have a couple examples. My audio, I don't have a microphone on, so my audio is going to go in and out as I grab examples. But I tried to take out a few things, and I just want to give credit where credit is due, because like sometimes I did some swaps, and I want to just kind of share some swaps. So this was from Susie Wood, this swap here. And I don't remember if it was like, I went on an incentive trip and that's where I got the swap. Here, let me hold this up. So this is Party Puffins, Susie Wood, and this is on page 54 of the annual catalog. So you might be saying, but Paper Chef, I don't have an annual catalog. Yes, you do. It's inside the link of this description. Go get the PDF. Look in the description of this video. Many of you asked me things that are in the description of the video, so I'm saying that again. So anyway, so in the description of this video, you were going to see on page 54, Party Puffins, in the PDF of the annual catalog. This one here is from Bethany Barnard, B-A-R-N-A-R-D, Bethany Barnard. Now, the ice cream part of this card is no longer, the ice cream is no longer like there. It's retired, but the Party Puffins are not retired. And check out this cool fun fold. I'm not going to open up all my cards. I just want to show you that fun fold. I'm ducking down because I lost her business card, and I like to keep all of, when I do swaps, I like to keep things together. Anyway, Party Puffins, use the heck out of this. It's a cling stamp set, you know, so it's totally a great value. So if you're gonna, especially, you know, this is the time to take that wish list that you're making and start checking things off. So I'm probably gonna get at least 5 on my wish list, and I'm trying to, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna get all 15. It might be that I shop at the beginning of the sale, and then I get a wild hair and shop at the end of the sale. All right, nuts about squirrels. I didn't have time to go find all my old cards right now, but I did a lot of tutorials on this. It was in last year's holiday catalog. So then I kept it, and I was like, oh, nuts about squirrels. I don't even know if these are, I hope these are not backwards. These are backwards for me, and I really hope they're not backwards for you. So Kathy, I can see Kathy's here. I mean, I can see a lot of you are here, but I'm kind of getting close to the screen. So is this backwards? I hope not. So anyway, because I usually have my camera the other way, where I see the screen while I'm looking down at the table. So nuts about squirrels, I've done a lot of tutorials on. Same with Well Done. So we're still talking about whimsical stamp sets. Good, thank you, Yvonne. Yvonne's my team, so thank you, Yvonne. Well Done has a punch to go with it. It was in the other annual catalog. It used to have paper to go with it. The paper has retired. Whale of a time, Designer Series paper, but the stamp set is really relevant. You see how the different types of stamp sets have different types of properties. So this would be called a photopolymer stamp set. Photopolymers are nice because you can see through them, right? And same with the, oops, my squirrels just went everywhere. So I did have squirrels in there. They just fell all over the floor. My bucket of crafty goodness. So anyway, I cut them out with the ScanNCut. Whenever there's not a punch for something, I cut it out with the ScanNCut. Peekaboo Farm is another super cute, whimsical stamp set. So, you know, if you're into that, again, this is a photopolymer. And if you're into all that cuteness, you can make the little wall, make your little animals hang over the wall. You can cut them out and just create a cute, adorable scene. This birthday piggy. Okay, I will tell you something about the Perfect Partners promotion right now, and then I'll talk about it later too. During the month of September, we have special dies that are only released this month, and one of the special dies are dies to go with this birthday piggy. Well, you already know that I cut out whatever I can with the ScanNCut. So I've done tutorials with the stamp set. Okay, and but when you get dies, there are more things than just cutting out the stamped images. There's more cuteness that goes with this. So check out the website because you can find dies to go with these birthday piggies. And I'm not saying the ScanNCut isn't just still going to be really useful for the stamp image itself, but when you can get a die to cut out the cute little extra parts, like how great is it to accessorize your pig, right? To put extra things on your pig. I think this one, though, I made these, by the way, but one of my crafty friends, Kathy Schmidt, she's probably on here, but since I can barely see the comments, I can't really say hi to everybody yet, but check this out. Look what she made. So she said this was wild to make, and she only made 3, but it was labor intensive. But Kathy sent this to me. And look at that. Is that cool? So we have like a combination of a couple different things. And one is adventurous journey. And then the part which the birthday piggy, from this birthday piggy is this place. This one. Go to your happy place and stay there all day. That's just awesome. Okay? We'll be making fun folds in some of my workshops as well. That's a super fun fold. We usually don't go over the top that far, but that's pretty cool. So thank you for giving me some inspiration. My piggies are whimsical, and the next one I'm going to show you is also part of this whimsical category. This one has a punch to go with it. So Hello Ladybug is pretty awesome because you might just think, oh, ladybugs, right? Well, ladybugs remind me, I have sentimental purposes for loving ladybugs because like reminds me of my Aunt Dot. So every time I see a ladybug, I feel like she has passed on many years ago now, but I feel like every time I see one that she's like watching over me like a little angel. So I love ladybugs. But you don't just have to make, you don't just make ladybugs with this ladybug. Check this out. Look what Hattie, my upline. Upline means that I'm on her team, okay? And she made, and her team's called the Beehive, and she made these bees with the Hello Ladybug bundle. And she used vellum for the, here, let me take it out of here so you can see it. She used vellum for the wings. I mean, how cool is that? Vellum for the wings. So Hello Ladybug's a must, but I also recommend the punch too if you're gonna get that. The stamp set's on sale. Of course, the punch is not. So I always get asked questions from my team and from others. They say, well, what about this sale? What about if something's in a bundle? Every time you buy current, and I don't know if this is even one of them that would be a bundle pricing, but every time we have a new bundle, probably not, that one's not a new bundle, but when there's a new bundle, when a bundle first comes out, you would save 10% by buying the bundle, the stamp set and the dies, or the stamp set and the punch together. Well, this sale that I'm talking about for the 135 sets is only the stamp sets that are on sale, not the bundles. The bundles are still 10% off. So you can be strategic about that, and you'd be like, all right, well, this one doesn't have a bundle, so it's best to get right now during the stamp sale, whereas this other one has a bundle, and so I could save 10% later. So it's only a 5% difference. I'm going to put that in the back of my wish list. Something to think about. I'm going to reach down and find Susan Edwards. She's another team member of mine. We both have the same upline. I want to show you her ladybug card. Because I'm such a mess, everything falls on the floor when I'm doing my videos. This is over the top awesome, and it was one of her swaps that she did. So we swap with each other. Ooh, okay. The bag just came apart. So she made this slimline card. Her name's Susan Edwards. And she has like a group, Cheerful Stampin' Crickets, and we're both on the same team together. Like she's a Stampin' sister. I mean, we all have the same upline. But look what she did with the ladybugs. I mean, it's over the top awesome, right? So Ladybug, definitely a must, whimsical stamp set. All right, so the next category I want to talk about is Christmas. Okay, Christmas. You might be saying, well, this is the annual catalog. Do you have Christmas stuff in it? Yes, we have a few. There's probably 4 things. So these are 3 plus trimming the tree. So I'm going to talk about these because they're in the annual catalog and they are on sale. They do have dies to go with them. This one, I'll tell you what I did with these soon. But this one has dies to go with it. Okay, this is the Christmas season. And I just recently, in July, I would say recently, what is it, September, in my stamp case has seen better days. You can buy new stamp cases, by the way. They're good to put the Simply Chamois in and stuff like that. But anyway, this stamp set I used for creating your own card background during the my Christmas in July special. So check out the Christmas in July special and learn how to make your own background using this stamp set. So that's one of them that's 15% off. The next one has what's called seasonal labels dies to go with it. Christmas to remember. And it's really fantastic. It's a clean stamp set. You can see I used the heck out of it. Love the font. Love the sentiments. And I didn't have time to dig out my Christmas in July. Or maybe they just are already gone. Maybe I gave them away. I have no idea. But I made a lot of things with this one recently. Now this one has a punch to go with it. This is called Peaceful Dear, and it was in last year's holiday catalog, and it's just fantastic because we had it last year during the January period because we're not having another celebration until, a celebration is something else. It's when you earn free stuff. We're not having that until January, February again of 2023. Well, last year when we had it, I guess it was the summer one, maybe not the winter. Yeah, it was the summer one. Last summer when we had a celebration, there was this paper that went along with this deer, and then there's a punch to go along with it. So it's just a really fantastic set. So we still have a punch to go along with this, even though the paper's long gone, but you might have some of it stocked up. And I just love the peaceful deer. So if you're into Christmas and you want to get some Christmas stamps on sale, go for it. Get the Christmas stamps on sale. All right, so the next category I want to share with you is what I'm just calling like my nature series, okay? So we have a lot of nature, eclectic, let's say eclectic nature, because there's more than just nature. So for that, we have, what I'm talking about, like sprigs and stems and leaves and beautiful things. So maybe this is your style because you like to create that nice, you like to build your own card backgrounds. You just like the art of stamping, and you like nature, and you like textures and layering and colors and seeing how they work together. These stamp sets are great for that. So these are nature stamp sets. This one is kind of new, and there's some really cool botanical layers vellum to go along with this. This one's been around for a few years now. It's probably the best-selling stamp set in the last few years. Ever since Lovely as a Tree, I think it was called, was retired. I still have it, hoarding that one. It's going to be a collector's item. But as soon as that one retired, I think this one became like the best-selling stamp set a couple years ago, and then maybe for a couple years running. So it's been around in our catalog for a few years. It's really great, and it goes along with the next one I'm about to show you, called Nature's Prints. Nature's Prints and Forever Fern are a perfect pairing. So if you like cling stamp sets, if you like sprigs and, all this kind of stuff, it's for you. I did a lot of things with this on my channel already in my Ink It Up series, and I want to show you a card from one of my swaps from Nature's Prints. This is Nature's Prints is in the annual catalog on page 91. I'm just keeping this one in the bag, but if you can see that there's a nice 3D embossing fern 3D embossing folder right there behind it, so you can see that. So that's called Nature's Prints. Okay, some more nature related stamp sets. Beauty of Friendship. Okay, I'm just going to, I have a big old pile of my swaps, and I believe there's one in here from a while back created with this one. Here we go. So check that out. Beauty of Friendship on page 104 of the annual catalog. Okay, now this one, this card, this gorgeous card was one of my swaps created by Jennifer Cotton, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I believe I met her at one of these events called On Stage, or like one of the, could have been the incentive trip. Okay, another one of the nature stamp sets, I would say like nature sort of eclectic, is this, has been around for a couple of years. It's called Friends Are Like Seashells, with a beautiful embossing folder to go with it. So I'm going to pull out a sample of that I put in my bucket here, made by my team member, Donita Cook. She's one of the papered chefs. She doesn't know I'm showing this, but it's from one of my swaps recently. And I'm just digging around for it. Oh, it's here. It's here. I know it's in here. Oh boy. Do we have a lot of crafty goodness or what? Okay, that goes over there. I'm going to pull this out. And I need to pull this one out of the bag because Donita did this really cool embossing with the embossing folder. You can see the pearls. You can see this Friends Are Like Seashells, right? You collect them along the way. Love it. So there's more nature coming in a few minutes when I talk about flowers, but those were just more of like your natures with your backgrounds. So the next thing I want to talk about is, at this point of the video, is value. So the next stamp sets I'm going to show you are your best value. And the reason is, I think, because, I chose these for my monthly workshops. So what I do on YouTube is I do monthly workshops where I go into depth about any given stamp set. I recently finished the Season of Chic, and we created all these projects with the Season of Chic. I'm just gonna kind of show you, I'm just gonna show you a couple of those projects instead of going through the whole box because, you know, of time. But this is, you know, we did sticky note holders and baby wipe technique. Oops, this is called baby wipe technique. Let's say cards for all seasons. So if you're talking about a stamp set for all seasons, very versatile. Let me find a fall one. It would be the Season of Chic, because that's the last workshop I did, and I'm doing a different one right now from the mini catalog. Okay, this is versatile. That's why I chose it for the workshop. It's all seasonal, and I'm gonna pick up the pile and show you at once this whole group of stamps. Okay, I'm gonna just show you all these at once, and the reason I'm showing them to you is they're all related. Believe it or not, they're in my category of the best value, okay? And the reason there's the best value for all of these is because I have done over 50 hours of free tutorials on my channel through all of these workshop series, and I even have more workshop series than these. These are just ones that I have the workshop series for that are still in the annual catalog. So let me show you a couple examples. We have Waves of Inspiration on page 101. You can see how you can use I use the baby wipe technique for the waves. And I also use the coordinating dies, which is, you know, good to have. But that's a sample of Waves of Inspiration. Okay, a whole workshop series on that. Let's see, Cup of Tea. I have my friend Susan, we showed you some pictures of her stuff earlier. She did this card for a swap with the Tea Boutique Sweet Cup of Tea bundle, but she also used Hues of Happiness for the flowers. So you can see that. That's a cool sample of Cup of Tea, and we did lots and lots of samples in my series. Okay, a couple other things she did with the Cup of Tea. This is all Susan Edwards. She used some coordinating dies to go along with this. Just fantastic. So, you know somebody that likes tea? I mean, who doesn't, right? Eden's Garden. This, I would normally put this in the category of with the Forever Fern and the Nature's prints, right? But I want to put this in the category of you get a super value because I've already done so many tutorials on this. Not that others haven't, but I'm just saying personally I have. So there's so many things that I know are available because I made them and they're on the channel. Okay, so Hello Beautiful. There was a whole suite of beautiful paper that recently went on sale that was from that. Okay, Butterfly. Brilliance. This one is fantastic because it's what's called a background stamp. And you can just use sentiments from any stamp set that you have when you use a background stamp. Okay. Katie Lambert, she's one of my crafty friends. She sent me a nice gift card inside this, so I want to show it to you because it's created with, see, it's a gift card holder. Long gone. The gift card's long gone, but I thank you, Katie. And look at this really cool fun fold. Right? Isn't that cool? So that is Butterfly Brilliance. Look at the way she used it for the background. I don't want to read her message because it's personal, but let's see if I can cover the address and show you the envelope. So isn't that neat? How she also decorated the envelope with Butterfly Brilliance. Okay, I want to put these all on the floor because my table is getting very, very crowded. All right, so that was it. So the season of Chic. I think I showed you something from every season. I don't know if I showed you the seashells yet, but you can see that Season of Chic is a great value because of all of the different seasons. And then, of course, you know, just the sentiments alone. You might not think of Season of Chic for these kind of cards, but you can use the thanks on other kinds of cards as well. And this is a sentiment from Season of Chic with a whole different suite altogether. So you can use those sentiments. All right, now I have kind of like a variety of other types. So just kind of like, these don't really fit into any category, but this is something I've had for a few years. Really nice whiskey business on sale. And it's really fun to take the So Saffron Stampin' Blends. You could use Daffodil Delight, but that doesn't really look like the color of whiskey. But So Saffron, the light one, put that on there with some Wink of Stella, then put Pool Party on the bottle, and I made a lot of cards for my swaps, making the whiskey look really realistic. So this is fun if you know whiskey lovers. Remember earlier I said that the Butterfly Brilliance was a background stamp? This is also a background stamp. So we have several background stamps on sale. So think about that for a good way of just making card backgrounds, and then you overlay it with whatever you want, and just fun to emboss and things. This is what I call a giant sentiment stamp. And I've done things with this one using the Rays of Light card backgrounds. Okay, Rays of Light is one of the ones I have to replace, but I will go ahead and show you my Rays of Light sample. So this is a Rays of, is it upside down? Okay. Rays of Light background on page 116. This is a background stamp, okay? Rays of Light. Now this is something that really goes well on that, because you can make your Rays of Light for your background of your card, and then you can put this giant sentiment over the top of it. And when I say giant, I mean look at these. Great font, giant sentiments. Good Feelings is a must-have if you like giant sentiments, because you can stamp, it is your card. The element of having this as your element just makes your card. Okay, and then next I want to show you some smaller sentiments called Charming Sentiments that's also on sale. This is really good for just having a good versatile sentiment stamp set. Okay, I think you'll like this. I'm going to show you a couple things that are in my Brother ScanNCut Fall Projects course, where I used the sentiment from here for my boxes. Okay, so these are what's called explosion boxes, and I teach you how to make these in my ScanNCut courses. And go to thepaperedchef.com, not the same link that's in this video, because this video has my Stampin' Up store on it. But if you go to thepaperedchef.com, you'll find coupons for my current Brother ScanNCut courses. And you'll learn how to make explosion boxes and more. But that sentiment is from Charming Sentiments. And so is this sentiment here. I want to open this one because my table's getting pretty crowded, but I just love the sentiments, and they're pretty big too. And now I would like to show you what I'm going to show you now are what I'm calling like the floral collection. Okay, so these ones here are all florals that are on sale. I don't know why, but they are the most popular thing, and I'm always like, Stampin' Up, why do you have all flowers in your catalog again? Every time, and they write me back. I write to demonstrator support or the sandbox. It's like a suggestion box, and I'm like, Stampin' Up, you have a whole catalog full of flowers again. Now, I like flowers too, and they are the most popular, so you're going to probably love these. This has been around for a while. There's a punch to go with it. Jar of flowers. I really like this for coloring, for layering. And we used to have jar domes, which are really cool. And I made a lot of jar tags. So I do like this. I like it, but not love it. It's one of those things that's going to go in my mystery box after it retires. Whereas some of the stamp sets will never be parted with. That's just the way it is. This one I've had for years. It's a really cool, I want to say floral, but it's also like nature. It has some dragonflies, and there's a punch to punch out the dragonflies. So this is one I've used the heck out of. I love it. We used to have paper to go with it. It was part of a whole suite. It was part of a mega suite. Really versatile, nice nature, nice punches. Okay, this one is something that has a nice set of dies to go with it for layering your daffodils. And I think I have a little basket here to show you. So here's something I made in one of my ScanNCut courses using that sentiment and the paper that was it was a celebration paper. So this is something that's really nice. So the sentiments alone are nice, but I mean, nothing's as gorgeous as layering up those daffodils. Lovely You has some nice banner punches that work with it, right? I really love it. I used it with the ink colors and to color the flowers. And the one thing I love about this stamp set is You're My Person. It's a really cool sentiment. So sometimes you just get the whole stamp set just because of a sentiment you like, and that's one of those times That's why I bought this whole stamp set. Flowers of Friendship has a punch to go with it to punch out the flowers. And I use this for my swaps too. It's a nice floral stamp set that if you like to color, this gives you big areas to color with. So that's one thing I like about it. Okay, now there are other things for sale in this catalog, in the annual catalog, that maybe I don't have, but I think that you're gonna love to see the samples of. Okay, so that's what I wanna show you next, is this one was created by my friend Sandra, and it was made with hand-penned petals. Her name's Sandra Lowe, a demonstrator from Guam, and we used to do swaps together, and she gave me this, she made this really cool envelope too, and she stamped on the back like handmade by Sandra. Sandra Lowe has been a demonstrator for over 25 years, and she lives in Guam. And we used to swap together when I used to live there too. So this one here is called, it's from the Blessings of Home bundle, and one of my team members, Deb Shaw, she's on the Paper Chefs, she created this beautiful card, and she used, like she colored these flowers in the Blessings of Home, and she did a nice fold too, but we're not gonna open up all the folds right now. Okay, this one is Jill Aronofsky. She is the Saipan stamper. She is also somebody I used to swap with in Guam because she was on the island above us, like it's part of the Marianas Islands, and she was on a different island close by. I absolutely love this card she made with Quiet Meadow. This is just a work of art. Like, I think you could just frame something like this. Look at the way she used the textures and the backgrounds and the colors and the layering and all the different little aspects of it. So great job, Jill. Quiet Meadows on page 68 of the annual catalog. This one here was created by Keisha. Keisha is part of the Beehive, which we both share the same upline Hattie. And she created this with the little sentiments from Cup of Tea, and the flower is from Sending Smiles in the annual catalog. This one was made by Jackie Ross. The little chick itself is retired now. It's called This Birthday Chick, but that's retired. But this one in the back, the calendar itself, is from Days to Remember on page 32 of the annual catalog. Speaking of Days to Remember, this one here has Days to Remember on it as well. It's a nice calendar stamp set. I really like it. And this was made by my team member, one of my fellow paper chefs, Jade Chu. Now, Jade also used another stamp set called In the Moment. In the Moment has these beautiful sentiments. And look at the lady, and look at this fun fold. So it actually goes like this. It's a little work of art, again, a work of art that you can put on your mantle. Look at that. And she used some retired New Horizons Designer Series paper on that. Okay, my upline Hattie embossed this really cool bag. I'm gonna take it out. On page 19, this one's on page 19. Oh, look at that. Wait, it says, thank you for being so sweet. I just wrote page 19. I forget what it's called, but it's on page 19. Something about being sweet, I'm sure. Oh, you know what? It might tell me. It might tell me on here. If I look on my thing, I can find page 19. Sweetest cherries. Okay, so what she did is she took a peekaboo treat bag, and she gave me some chocolate-covered cherries in there too. Okay? And so I really like that. Okay, Bottled Happiness is on sale. This card was created by Vicki Reese, another team member. We're both on the Beehive, same team. So Bottled Happiness. Another example of Waves of Inspiration by Donella, another member of the Beehive, one of the teams that I'm on. And this one was one of my swaps, made by Jackie, and she's in Guam. And check out this really cool fold. Jackie Ignacio. So, I mean, absolutely love this. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to part with something so cool. Actually, I need to reverse engineer it and try to make it. Hand-penned Petals is on page 107. And then my friend Kathy made me this box. Kathy Schmidt, the same one who made that really awesome pig in the kayak, right? The pig in the kayak. That was from the Happy Hedgehogs on page 60. All right, so I have saved, it was a toss-up between which was my favorite. So I saved but they're both, well, one's totally my favorite, one's second. Because of how much I've used it, how it makes me feel when I use it, and how it makes me feel when I give things to others that I've made with it. So let me grab the two final ones. Trying to see what I did with them. Let's see if I put it under. I've lost my favorite stamp set. In that little bit of time. Here it is. Okay, we're ready. I know you guys are going to guess this anyway. So my second favorite of all the things that are on sale is a background. It's not a background. It's called a scene builder stamp set. We've had many scene builders that I've used on my channel, especially as part of my Ink It Up series. We've had Snowfront. We've had Waterfront. Okay, we've had another one with a lake background, and then we have now Oceanfront. So this is a scene builder. It's incredible what you can do with this. I think when I give this to people and they just go, wow, you made that? They always go, you made that? And then they're like, oh, you paint? And I said, well, no, I stamp. Oh, like you watercolor? I'm like, well, I stamp. And then I have to try to explain what I do, and it's just a really good conversation starter. So anyway, I made these on my channel, but this one here in particular is made by my friend Kathy. So Kathy Schmidt again, because she and I do a lot of swapping together. She's not actually on my team, but her and I are both demonstrators, and we do a lot of swapping together. So you can see how you can make your own scene, the Oceanfront scene. But my favorite has got to be, as you know, this one, because of the way it makes me feel, this birthday piggy. Now, there's also called, we used to have another stamp set. I still have it. It's called This Little Piggy, and it's retired now. And then I'm so glad that they came out with a new one called This Birthday Piggy. So I showed this to you earlier, and I have one more card with the double piggies on it. Actually, I have a couple more. But this one, I embossed the paper and used some of the vellum and things, and that's just really, really fun to do. Again, you know, go to your happy place and stay there all day. So happy place could be like your craft room or whatever your happy place may be. Well, I thank you all for watching. I hope you're going to take advantage of this sale. And I will probably, I'd like to give you all shout outs, but you know what? I can't really see the comments because of the way I'm on here right now, but I will read them later. But I wanted to say that if you really have a long, long wish list, then what you might consider is joining my team. Because if you join Stampin' Up! On September 15th, the sale is for 24 hours. It starts at Mountain Time, midnight Mountain Time on September 15th, and runs until 11:59, or let's just say midnight, before September 16th. So it's a 24-hour sale on Mountain Time, Salt Lake City. If you have a list if you say, I love all these stamps and I want to get things and I know I'm going to spend more than $99, well, consider a starter kit, because a starter kit, when you join my team, you can pick out $125 worth of items, anything you want from any catalog, the holiday mini catalog, the annual catalog. You can pick stamp sets that are on sale and get a better value as you put those into your starter kit. And you can pick out $125 worth of items and only pay $99. Then you get free shipping and a free pass paper pumpkin kit. So I think that's the best deal. If your wish list is long, just join. And then after that, you can place your first order or any order after that, and you're going to save 20%. You're going to get a 20% discount from that point on. And it does go up to 25% after a certain period of time. So whether you want to do it for the discount or do it as a hobby, jobby, whatever, we're here to support you. I have a great team. Well, thank you all for watching. This is the Papered Chef, and have a great day.